my mini mushrooms from Mario. I don't know what the heck that intro was, but welcome to the Firebase Z map analysis. Now, I know, but I actually had a lot of fun playing this map and doing the gameplay for it, even more than Z Machine somehow. I used to play this map at home when it first came out. I don't find myself returning to it too much, but I mean, I don't even know, honestly. It's just a meh map in my opinion. So let's go and hop into the map layout. Alright, so kicking it off, we're into the map layout. I'm sick and tired of this map layout that we've seen, okay? So basically, we spawn inside of this little village area, and it's actually pretty cool. I like the spawn room. It's very, very nice indeed. And then you teleport, which is kind of similar to Ancient Evil of some sorts, where you go, and maybe Gorog Kroby, where you just use something to go to another place that's completely far away from the other place. And then you go to the actual fire base, and may I say that I'm sick and tired of this stupid map layout, okay? I've seen it too many times. I honestly I'd rather have a actual map layout that's unique. But I'm sick and tired of seeing one main area, one hub area, that being the helipad, and then 3 branching off areas. We have the Reactor 1, which is with Juggernog in the Colonel's office. We have Reactor 2 with Peck's office and the giant golf ball looking thing. And then we have Area 3, which is where the giant radio satellite tower and Reactor 3 is with Speed Cola. And I'm just sick and tired of seeing this map layout. I mean, I feel like Firebase Z is kind of the worst. And also, may I say, this map looks pretty good. I mean, I like the nice sunset and the purple surrounding. But this map is just this boring location. I mean, we couldn't have gotten anything cooler. Like, I don't know how, but Mount Totem made such a good feeling map. And it's in a city, which is so basic. But I just don't really like war-themed maps and zombies anymore. They're too basic and they're too predictable. But that aside, I mean, Pack-a-Punch is pretty easy. It's very similar to Origins, just power up 3 generators by defending each of the reactors. And it's pretty easy, and then you got Pack-a-Punch unlocked. And let's go and hop into the gameplay. Now, we can't talk about Firebase Z without talking about the Ether Reactor, like, lockdown rounds, which are pretty much a cooler version of the dog rounds. It's a nice mix-up. So basically, every few rounds, you'll have a siren go off, and you have to defend a certain score streak area, each one of them in the 3 Ether Reactor locations. Now, each one of these things will give you a free score streak, which is pretty cool. I like the cruise missile one the best. But you have to defend the score streak, like little panel thing, against zombies that'll be coming out of ether portals. And mimics will be coming, manglers will be coming on the later rounds. And eventually, I don't have gameplay for it, but a ginormous, or at least for the Ether Reactor levels, a ginormous Orda boss zombie, like huge boss zombie, will come out and start literally destroying everything. If the panel gets destroyed, you will then have to defend the Ether Reactor. If that gets destroyed, then literally just the power goes out, and on that Ether Reactor is really not that bad of an issue at all. All you gotta do is just turn it back on, but it's a pretty easy step, and it's a pretty nice mix-up from the dog rounds. But Hellhounds do actually make a return this time when you kill them. They are pretty much just like they're pretty much like the boss zombies that come up to you and then explode when they get near to you, and then they'll just leave it they're like a weak napalm zombie and just leave a pile of fire. Really not too bad of a zombie. When you kill them, they pretty much just become a Molotov, so they're really not too big of an issue. Now, the mimics make their debut. The mimics are things that make a good name. So if you don't know what a mimic is, so basically it'll pretend to be a cute little item, and then once you go near it, boom, it'll appear out of the ground, and it will pretend to be an item, and now it's a mimic. Mimics can not only grab onto your flesh and literally yawn in your face, but they will also try to hit you. And there's a step, the Easter egg, that I hate with these guys. But these things are pretty annoying, especially when they spawn in 20 times a round on like round 50. Believe me, this is one of the maps I've gotten to a highest round on. I think I got to like round 87 on this map. That's not even a joke. It's pretty easy to get the high rounds on this map. The Manglers, for some reason, the Russian Manglers are now in Vietnam. I don't know what that's about, but it is the Ether after all. if we have dragons in Gorokrobie, we can have Russian manglers in Vietnam. But these things are pretty much just like they were in Gorokrobie, shoot things at you, and they actually give you a piece of the wonder weapon, which we'll talk about now. So the Ray K-84 can be obtained by trials, the box, or by doing its quest. Now, if you know how to do the target step correctly, I recommend doing the quest, but if you don't know how to do the target step, if you know, you know, which I'll talk about in a second, then you might as well just do trials. It's pretty easy either way. But all you gotta do is grab the blueprints for this thing, and then you gotta go, viewer discretion is advised. Cut out a man's eyeball in a little short cutscene. Literally, you just stick a knife right into his eye socket and just pull the eyeball out. And this is how you prove that you are Kool-Aid. And then what you gotta do is you just need to grab a key, and you need to do the most annoying step of this Ray K upgrade. And this is the target step, where you gotta watch a little thing pick a certain target. Now, I remember this by remembering a clock. And I was able to go down into the spawn area, and all you gotta do is just shoot the target symbols that you had, and then shoot the bullseye, and then you will get a weird little like barrel part of the gun. So yeah, it's once you do it, you're like, yes. And then all you gotta do is just make it to round 15 and kill a stupid mangler, charge up a little like the clip of the gun, and then you can build the Ray K-84. And this thing has a single fire mode, which will act like a assault rifle and basically just shoot ray shots that deal damage. Or you can shoot a mega shot and then shoot that shot that slows down the zombies with your normal shot, and it'll create an explosion. It's a pretty cool wonder weapon indeed. I like it. I like it more than the Die Shockwave, but I don't like it more than the Chrysalax or the Cerberus, which we'll get to next episode. But it's a pretty cool wonder weapon, I guess. I mean, it's the 4th version of the ray gun that we've seen, so I guess it's okay. Now we are continuing this Dark Ether storyline and playing as Requiem, and we are in Vietnam now. And what we do here is we are now meeting up with Ravenov because Samantha Maxis was kidnapped by a guy named Dr. Peck and thrown into the Dark Ether, and we are here to rescue her, and with the help of Ravenov, not to be confused with Reznov. But Ravenov helps us out and by saying it's your turn now and making us go do his work. Why, you might be asking? Because it's our turn now, just like he said, okay? A very respectful man. I don't even know what he means by that, but we basically just have to go, we have to teleport, and then Mr. Dr. Peck will say this to us.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised you're here. Makes sense. Max is working with Requiem. Let's make a deal. I need the power on. Do that, I give you your spy. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Heck, you better have Maxis ready for transport.
Then you need to go turn on all the ether reactors, and then you need to go talk to Dr. Peck, who will say that he is a trickster and he tricked you and you're foolish, and that he threw Maxis into the Dark Ether and there's no way to get her back. And he says, lol, you're trash, get out of my continent. And what we have to do now is give him a truth serum that makes him tell the truth. So we have to go talk to Ravenov. And then we have to open up 3 cabinets around the map. And then we have to form a truth serum, put it on the ventilation above his office, and then he will tell nothing but the truth to us, which apparently he loves someone called like Martha or something like that. I don't care, honestly. But because Peck is a foolish rat. And then we're gonna get into one of the most annoying Easter egg steps of all time. The Zabine, Sokolov, and whoever knows their names, let me know. But you need to go find these 3 mimics around the map. Now, the gimmick of these mimics is the fact that you need to go around the map, and there's going to be a ton of little treasure somewhere on the map. And one of those pieces of treasure is going to be a mimic, which you need to get down to very low health and capture him with the device, which is kind of like a Pokeball, capture Pokemon. But you need to get them to low health without killing them, and you'll need to contain them and bring them back to the giant satellite area where Speed Cola is. And you need to do this 3 times with 3 different mimics. Now, this step is extremely glitchy, and the first time I did this, it glitched out, so I don't even know what I was doing, honestly. I think I had to end my game, but then I joined the game and got the same glitch, but then I had to end the round. I don't honestly know what happened with that step. It's extremely buggy, and I don't like this step, honestly. But it's a good thing. Whenever we do this, we get a floppy disk, and then we have to get 3 ether canisters to power up the giant golf ball in the middle of it. So this is probably the funnest step, the Easter egg. You need to find 3 steps. One of them is a spot the difference step, where you need to go around and find canisters that one canister that doesn't have ether around it, and then you need to pick that up. Then you need to do a little step where you have to chase it down an ether canister with the Ray K, but you can just cheese it and automatically pick it up. Then you have to do a defense step down near the Juggernog area, and then you just need to fill up all the reactors around the map. Yay, we're gonna bring Maxis home. Oh. Peck is a liar. The truth serum wore off the whole time because we did not mix the compounds correctly. And he told a lie with the truth serum activated. So, so this guy literally says, I locked her in the portal, she can't come back home, and you can't do anything about my work either. You're trash, I outsmarted you, you're garbage, no one loves you, go back home. And that is exactly what we don't do. We line up a satellite, and then we literally launch an interdimensional space portal through the sky, just as Peck says. And then we launch a space laser, and then it'll overload the power of the facility, and making it so that the portal will then gain access. Then the portal can then open up, and then Maxis will come out and play this cutscene into the boss fight.
Sam, what happened to you?
I recognize that voice. Weaver. You are Requiem. Run!
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh.
And then it's straight into the super intense boss fight. Now, there's a few problems with this. Number 1, I'm not leveled up. Number 2, I don't have Ring of Fire. And number 3, I don't have any cheats enabled. So, you can insta-kill this boss in like 4 seconds, but I don't have Ring of Fire because I'm not leveled up enough, because this is my second account and my progress is not saved. But even with this boss is still super easy. This boss is even easier than the one you do in the ether lockdown step, because literally you don't even have to kill zombies. You can just run around in a circle and focus on the Orda. He will literally do nothing. He will only crush the ground, and that is only if you're a fool and in front of him. But you are not a fool, and you can literally kill this guy in only like a few minutes without anything, with the Ray K or something, even without the Ray K. And then once you kill the boss, you will then transition to the ending cutscene, and which I will go ahead and play now and talk about it afterwards.
coming with us?
There is an operation underway in the Ural Mountains. I have to stay in the field.
This is the only way.
I told you once, Omega is not who we are. I do this for the good of the motherland. For the good of us all.
Try not to break anything else.
Remember, there's nothing so broken that it cannot be fixed.
Sam, are you okay?
I'm ready to come in, Weaver. We have a lot to talk about.
Finally! Could you have taken any longer to get here?
You were smart to transmit your research. You demonstrated loyalty to an extent.
To an extent? What more do you want? Just wait until we get back to Moscow. We'll see what the Colonel thinks about this.
Really? Do you really want to know what I think? I think I want to see a demonstration of your commitment to Omega. Tell me, Doctor, which is your better eye?
And oof. Okay, so what happens in this cutscene is Maxis ends up leaving and Ravenov has to do something in Outbreak, which is the future map with I don't know if I'm gonna announce or not. I may at the end of Cold War, but not next episode. I want to get some Mauer Toten. But in the end of this cutscene, Peck ends up getting his eyeball cut out. Which is pretty cool, I guess. And at least this map actually has a cutscene. It's a pretty cool cutscene. At least it's not animated terribly. But, you know, this is a pretty cool map. And actually, Samantha has some parts of previous Zombies characters, like the gas mask from Zetsubo, Nikolai's goggles, and Takio's katana. And, yeah, that's the end of this map. It's a pretty cool map. I like playing it. And it might be my least favorite Cold War Zombies map. I don't know. Forsaken actually might take the cake for that one. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode indeed. I gotta say Forsakens boss fight's cooler. But hope you guys enjoyed this Easter egg. If you did, make sure to leave that like button down below. And I will see you guys in the next episode. For Mauer Toten. Peace for now, boys. Oh yeah.